this year?
We have so many events and parties, and from here I'm going directly to the Gay Pride that it's this year on the beach, you know. So it's going to be a lot of people, a lot of tourists that come from all over. Yesterday I got a show, and I asked, where are you from, the people, and many people that come from all over the world. And tomorrow we are going to have a big party at night that we host someone from RuPaul Drag Race, Brooklyn Heights. Yes, she's going to come here, and we are going to have a drag show in Reading Shalosh. And tomorrow in the big stage, you know, a lot of parties.
Back-to-back parties, events. I have to ask about the unicorn theme going on. Is this a tribute to, you know, our Eurovision representative, Noah Kiro, right now?
Yes, I like unicorn all my life. So now, you know, it's become very popular. So I decided to do my costume like a unicorn, because I think I'm like a unicorn with a lot of power. Everybody doesn't understand if I'm man or woman, so I feel like a unicorn.
I mean, very apt, and of course in the moment, right after Noah Kiril's great performance at Eurovision. Look, how has the drag scene evolved in Israel? You know, people, I think it's eye-opening to a lot of people looking in Israel. They don't always associate these things. What do you say about the scene here? How it's developed, how it's grown, how it's become more accepted?
I think I'm doing drag more than 20 years. So I think it's become bigger and bigger, because when I started, it was, you know, in a little bars in the dark. And now we are in the TV shows, in big events, in wedding, in bachelorette parties. And we are all over in the fashion industry. So I think it's become bigger and bigger, because people understand that it's a performance, it's an entertainment, and we come and people laugh and have fun, and it's colorful. So I think that everybody needs to have a drag queen in their parties, in their happy things that they are doing.
Look, I think it's some like watershed moments or figures are big. I mean, I go back to, you know, at least dating myself, 1995's film, Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, Tu Wong Fu. I mean, this broke barriers in the U.S. at least, sort of brought a lot of the public's attention on these issues, at least made it, I don't know, seemed like a barrier breaker. I mean, we have figures, you mentioned RuPaul, you know, so big in this. Donna International here in Israel. Some of these figures, these people themselves, have they taken things and just elevated it to another level? Have they been critical, like heroes essentially in the scene?
Yes, I think, I don't know what's happened in 95, because I'm so young. But, you know, the drag queen, the trans woman, all this community make change in the world and make people understand that you don't need to look at the people, you need to know them, to know their life, and to understand that we are human beings. So I think that there was a change, but there needs to do more. And now I got a 1 hour story with a drag queen.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, and it's make a lot of things in the politics and everywhere, but it's okay. I want to do the change, and I'm in fashion, in costume, in theater, everywhere. So I want to do the change, and I think that I can do it.
I mean, it appears to me like there's like a courageous aspect to what you're doing in terms of the larger community, the LGBTQ plus community at large. This is, you know, outward. You know, there's nothing, you know, hidden about, you know, what you're representing, and so there's like an outward banner carrier for the movement in a way. Is there a burden on that? You know, obviously it's not all simple, it's not all fun and celebration. Are there major challenges that come with the role you've taken?
I think that I want to represent freedom. Everybody can look at of this how they want. I want to represent freedom. People, not only the gay community, that people can be and do whatever they want. And I think that all the talks, the politics and everything, for me it doesn't matter, because this is my life. So I don't understand why people don't like it or think that we have bad things with this, but for me it's freedom to be who I am and to live my life in freedom.
It's inspiring. It's an inspiring display, no doubt. And I think you certainly are, you know, that energy, that freedom is something that people feel, no matter what they think about this, that there's an inspiration in that, no doubt about it.
Thank you.
Not everyone, most, I'd argue, don't have near the inner courage to live their life the way they really want to live. I have to ask you, you're a costume designer. How would you style me? What's my look? What would be the right, if I'm going, a little more
For
wild
you,
than what
I
I'm doing
don't
right now.
know.
How do you style
Maybe
me?
without costume.
What would be my color? Where do I go with this?
The
I need to
color,
spruce
I
up a little
think
bit.
blue,
Okay.
like this.
All right.
It's going to be perfect for you. Pastel colors.
In all seriousness, it's something on my mind's on the show every day. This is what we're out to do. We have our own form of stage here. It's an important aspect.
Okay.
Are you, what about working with youth? Do you find kids essentially drawn, to what you're doing, to what you're representing? Is that where the biggest challenge is with youth who are trying to find themselves, find their place on the stage, so to say?
I think that people need to know that if they want to do something, they need to do it and not hear what other people said, sometimes what family said, and the people around them. I think that everyone needed to be around good people that let them feel good energy. For me, this is what was important when I was a child. So,
Was it family or was it other people, the community? I mean, who was there a figure that sort of brought you into, hey, I can do
my
this?
family was very accepted. They was very open-minded. It was not easy for my parents that they said, wow, you are a drag queen, it's amazing. No, but they told me, we love you no matter what are you, and we are going to accept you because you are a good person. And I think that this is what's important in the family, that it doesn't matter if you are gay, straight, a lot of people from LGBT. What's important is to accept people with who they are and what's make them feel good with themselves.
I think that's the perfect note to wrap up our special program today, of course, to leave that sentiment with everyone watching around the world. Great to have you with us in the studio, K-Long, of course, and I appreciate the time you're taking away from the wider celebrations out there.
I'm going directly to the gay pride.
Right now. There are people waiting for you out there.
After the show.
Yes, it's a big celebration set to start out. K-Long, again, great to have you with us. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We follow closely.